Hey guys, in this video I come back to talk about the Pacu tutorial or the walkthrough by Tyler Rambsbey. I got stuck after doing several things and I did not know how to go forward from that point. So I went and I watched the walkthrough, and of course, as I said, certain things that I missed, I can't believe that I missed that. I feel really silly, but afterwards, I learned a lot, and the things that I missed are quite simple. And what I forgot is that it's similar to the Metasploit tool. So one of the first things that I'm gonna do is to show you how to fine-tune what you're actually looking for in terms of modules under the Pacu. So I'm still in the same session, so let us start by searching for IAM, since that's what we're going to do, IAM enumeration. So we type in search and then IAM. And this will definitely show you the modules that are directly related to IAM enumeration. As you can see here, there are several here. You have IAM brute force permissions, decode access key ID, detect honey tokens. We don't need any of that. What we're doing here is basic enumeration. So IAM enum permissions and user roles, policies, and groups are some of the ones that we can do. What I noticed that I did right was to type in the help option to see what the module can do for us. So I'm gonna do that again, although I did it in the first video. So let's look at this one that I'm gonna try, IAM enum permissions. So let's copy this and then come back down to the console here to say help, and then we'll paste in the module here to see what it does. All right, so as you can see, from what the help is telling us is that let's go all the way back to the top here to find out where it starts. Okay, all right, so this module will attempt to use IAM APIs to enumerate a confirmed list of IAM permissions for users/roles in the account. By default, the owner of the active set of keys is targeted. So in this case, the cyber will be targeted. This is done by checking attached and inline policies for the user and the groups they are in. Now, there are what you call inline policies and managed policies, and the inline policies are to the specific users, whereas the managed policies are similar to what's called group policies, so you can use them for multiple users and roles. Now, I'm going to try to run this to find out what's going to happen. So let's type in the run and then paste the module. Alright, so as you can see here, it has 20 confirmed permissions for users, for this user here. Alright, now what I learned since watching the walkthrough is how to get to this, because this was a part of why I got stuck. I didn't know. I got information, it told me that it found stuff, but I didn't know how. So I don't know if you guys remember from the last video when it said the data, it lists all the information. What I did not know is that the data was to list also information from this finding here. So let's try to do data and see what it says. Okay, so as you can see here, from that data, it's giving us a lot of information here, and pretty much everything that this challenge wanted us to find. So I'm trying to scroll all the way back because I've already done this, guys. So full disclosure, I've already done this and found out because I did the walkthrough. I followed along with the walkthrough. So I'm just bringing this to you guys as a follow-up to the last video where I got stuck. Alright, so let's try to find the top of this thing. This is a lot of data. Now this is one of the things that I have issues with scrolling to find the part that I initially did the command. It can be a challenge because sometimes the VM is very small, and then to get to that point, by the time you scroll it passes it and you can't even see it. Alright, so here is where I started. Okay, so if you can see it well, you'll see that we got the names of all of the users. We have Chris, Joel, Mary, and Mike. So we have 4 users there, right? And then we got the users. Let's go back to what the challenge wanted us to do, to find. Let's look for the challenge and see what it says. It says users, enumerate policies, groups, and enumerate roles. So now we're going to go back to the VM to find out if we did all of that. So we got the users. All right. Now let's see if we can find any kind of policies in here. So if you continue to scroll, we'll see that there's a lot of data in here, and you just have to know what you're looking for to pick it all out. Now, to tell you the truth, I didn't even expect to get everything from this query here, because I was planning to do the permission query and then I check the data. But to my surprise, this also gives all of the information. So as you can see here, I found a policy here that says assume role policy document, and the creation date is there for it as well. But this one, I don't think this one, because this one is the AWS service role, which probably was created by Amazon. What I'm looking for is one that was created not by Amazon. So let's continue to search for this thing. All right, let's see. Let's go down here. Okay, so it seems all of this data is in here, and I did identify here there's a role here, the support role. All right, that's something that we need to enumerate as well. And we need to find a group. That's a group name that we have here, and also another group name here. So we have 2 groups. So what I'm going to do is continue my enumeration, because there's something else that I need to do to show you guys. So that's just one module. We're going to look at another module to see, because I think that it gives you a clearer picture and it's more organized. So I'm going to use this module here that I found when I did the search. To make this easier again, let's do search. Alright. So what I was looking for was the permissions one, the permissions module, which is this. I am in users, roles, policies, groups. So first I'm going to do a help to see what this enumerates. Alright, so let's type in help, and then we can paste here and enter. Okay, so this module requests the info for all users, roles, customer, managed policies, and groups in the account. Alright, so let us try to do that. Let's do run and then paste and enter. Alright, and as this did the same thing when I ran it earlier when I got stuck. But what Tyler was saying is that this is a common issue. That's because of the lab. So we probably need to go back to the lab and see if it's going to, if we need to restart. So as you can see here, the lab was terminated, so I'm gonna have to restart the lab and come back. So I restarted the lab, and now we're going to continue from where we left off. So right here at this point, you're gonna choose the session. So I'm gonna choose session 2, and then I'm going to do the import keys command. Import keys, cyber. All right, so now we have the credentials and everything. So what I'm going to do is search again for IAM so that I don't have to scroll all the way up. And as I said earlier, I noticed that I was denied permission when I did a certain search when I got stuck. And from the walkthrough, Tyler was saying that once you terminate an instance and restart it, then there's a bug there. So it's not an issue that you're not doing the query or typing in the syntax properly. So I'm going to see what's going to happen this time around. Let's see if we try the permissions manual. Let's see. The permissions module, sorry. So let's copy this. And let's try running this module to see if we're gonna get the same output again. And then enter. Okay, so now we've gotten 20 confirmed permission for the user. We got that this time. So now I'm going to move on to running the second one, because this is the one that was also giving me an issue. So let's go back up to get that one copied. IAM enum users policies groups. Let's get this one here, copy it, and we're gonna run this one to see what's gonna happen. All right, fingers crossed, guys. Let's see. So we'll paste this and then enter. Okay, so now it's giving us that it found 4 users, it found 18 roles and 2 groups enumerated. Now I got stuck at this point because, well, not specifically this point, but when I got the permissions module right, and it said 20 confirmed permissions, I was unsure as to how I'd extract that information. And the information was already there in terms of how to get the data, but sometimes you're lazy because you want to get to that point. So that's something to bear in mind as well, that I will bear in mind, that I need to take the time out to read about the tool. Now, from the walkthrough, if you enter data, you get all the information. And basically, all of the information that we needed for this challenge is right here. And once I hit data, I can scroll up and look for the information that I need. So if we go back to the challenge, so let's go back to the challenge. That's the walkthrough that I was watching. Let's go back to the challenge here. If we go back to the challenge, we need to enumerate users, policies, groups, and roles. Now let's see what Pacu has given us. All right. So we can scroll up to find where we did that command. And this is also a difficult thing for me. All right, bear with me, guys. Let me see if I can find where that command was originally. All right, so as you can see here, I made the command data. And let's scroll down. Oops, let's see. Oh man, this is pretty annoying. All right, so we have, I can see 3 users here. There's one ending in Chris, Joel, Mary. Let's see what's there. Let's scroll down a little bit more. Chris, Joel, Mary, and Mike, I think it is, but I I can't for the life of me. Oh, here we go. So there's Mike. So now we've enumerated users. What's next on the list? We need policies. So let's get back to it. Let's see if we can find any kind of policies. So all we need to do, guys, is to scroll through the information here, because from what I read, or from what Tyler said, the data should give you all of the information that's there for the query. Alright, so we're looking for a policy that's for a support role. That is the target. Alright, and also what I learned is that the path that begins with AWS service, these are the ones that were created by Amazon Web Service, and these are typically more secure than those that were created by users. Alright, let's continue scrolling to see if we can find anything that's interesting here in terms of policies. Alright, let's go. We just have to keep scrolling here, and it's similar to the output that was seen when I did data after I did the permissions query. However, this one, I think you get to the information quicker with this one. I just need to scroll down here, and here we have a role here. This is one role here that I see, role name support role. Okay, and we have a two group names here. We have the developers, ending in developers, and infrastructure here. So we have enumerated basically everything. We enumerated groups, we enumerated policies and roles. Wait, I don't think we found any policies. Let's go. Let me scroll back again to see if I can find policies, because we did find the groups, we did find roles, and we found users, but I need to see the policies. I'm seeing policies here, but these are the ones that are created by Amazon. So I need to find a policy that was created by a user. Alright, let's take our little time here to see if I can find a policy role, a policy here. I don't know how I didn't see this one. Here is one policy here. Introduction to AWS IAM enumeration devs policy. Alright, and that's one policy that we enumerated. Let's try to scroll if we see any more. And as you can see here, you can see different wildcards that are associated with the resources here. Get role policy, list role policy, and these are basically what this user is allowed to do under this policy. Okay, so here's another one. Policy name, allow enumerate roles. Right, so that's the name of a policy here. So that concludes the challenge.